Greetings fellow snake users! Have you recently rolled snake, watched a video about it, or want to learn about snake? Or maybe you want to beat a true balance in a boring full resurrection? Then I would love to welcome you to the only snake guide you'll need from the #1 Snake King himself. In this video, we'll be going over the following things about snake. 1. M to passive. 2. Partial race, how to hit timings. 3. Full race, overdrive E timings. 4. Segunda timings. 5. Tercera passives. However, before we continue, I would like to say thank you all for 10K followers on TikTok, and this is my gift to all of you. Again, thank you all, and I love you all. But let's continue with the guide. First, we got the partial. The markings on my body are the markings that should appear when you use a move. It also gives a fedora that you can't see cause of my hair. First, the C move, called carving slash. This move is a lunge dash attack that brings your opponent with you, creating a combo extender. FYI, this move has no M2s. Now for the Z move, Serpent Siege. The move throws to small snakes, doing very small damage. However, there is a variation if you hit your M2 or right-click. When you see the transparent green, that is your sign to right-click. It may seem hard, but it's easier than it looks, and once you hit right-click enough times, you should be able to hit them on instinct like me. Now for the X move, on use you, shoot your opponent into the air. For the M2 variant, you should throw a rope at the opponent in the air and bring them down for a combo extender. I personally dislike the partial X, because it's hard to hit mid-combat, and it took me a while to M2. Now, for the full resurrection. Usually, when you pop your mode, there should be an outfit that looks like this, but I am bugged and it only shows on a good day. Anyways, when you pop your mode, you should notice some text next to your health bar that says overdrive when you use it. When you attack somebody with any type of move, your overdrive should fill. The higher damage the move, the more overdrive you get when you get full overdrive. It should say space plus crit. When you use it, you have no flash step cooldown, and your full race moves now have M2 variants. Now to start off, the Z move is a semi-ranged attack that spawns a portal of snakes to your opponent. For the X move, you do 2 backflips flying in the air. If you catch somebody, you front flip them down to the ground. However, if you don't have an opponent, you just drop to the ground. For the C, it is the same exact thing, but instead you do 2 slashes, 1 going forward and 1 going back to your original position. Once you have your overdrive, jump and use your critical attack. To use it, if it doesn't work, try doing the steps while mid-air. Z timings. X timings. FYI, C still has no timings. However, your crits are change. And you now have two, one being W plus crit and S plus crit. Now for Segunda, at the end of your pop animation you should slash where your character is pointed, doing around a bar of HP. In Segunda, X and C do not change. However, you do gain two more moves, T and G. For your Z move, you gain Hyper Armor, which means if somebody hits you the move does not cancel, but you still take damage. This is the T move, it has no M2s. This is the G move, it has 4 timings. Now it's time for Overdrive. If you like this guide and want to see more Snake content, follow my TikTok, which is Austins_absence. I do not post on YouTube unless under a very specific circumstance. This is the T move, which still has no M2s, but has a variant that auto performs as long as you are in overdrive. Also, when you are in overdrive, this move sucks out mode from your opponent and gives you back Segunda. If your opponent has no mode bar or no mode in their bar, you get very little mode back, but if you hit somebody with mode bar or in mode, you gain a lot of Segunda back. For the G move, all it does in overdrive is auto-perform the M2s for you, but if you still right-click and time your M2s, you will gain overdrive back. Now for the crits, this is the W to forward crit. It shoots a beam, but it's bugged and is invisible. Forward crit, it is a very swift scream that auto guard breaks your opponent. Now for Tercera, when you pop it, it should play the theme of Susanoo, aka Must Die, but if you have mute music on, then it won't play anything. I forgot to unmute the music, so I will manually put in the song for you guys. When you are in true mode, as of right now, no moves change and all you gain is infinite overdrive for the rest of your true mode. And sadly, as of right now, you don't gain mode back from using T. Anyways, that is the end of the guide. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and if you liked it, follow me on TikTok and not YouTube. TikTok is in bio.